Hey everyone, welcome back to KDX Bricks Analytics, where we talk everything Lego investing and reselling. And I lied to you in my last video. I didn't do it on purpose, but I said that that was the last we'd be talking about 2024 data. And what I should have said is it would be the last we'd be talking about retiring 2024 sets, because I want to look at the 2024 data for retiring 2025 sets in this video. So let's get into it. And of course, at the end, I will give you my top three. The most talked about 2025 retiring set in 2024 with 37 mentions, not a great enthusiasm score of 2.1, is this Ghost and Phantom 2. Its announcement and release was met with tons of fanfare. Iconic ship, we all love it. I don't love the build, it's a little too splotchy and studdy for me, but I like it well enough. I like that the Phantom 2 comes with it. $160 is okay for 1,400 pieces, but 5 minifigures that are all unique. 4.4 on brick set is a good sign, but the mentions data is skewed because most of these mentions were before May-June timeframe when this set fell off of the 2024 retirement list. I think there's still a really good shot with this set. It's just over a 2-year shelf life, which isn't terrible. And on Bucky in the Ignite Discord, it has a lot of green. Sales rank in the 10 to 20,000 range. These high average daily rank drops in these green lights indicate that it has high demand and high sales velocity on Amazon. However, it has not been out of stock much, and when it was, it's not like the price jumped up very high. Second set with 32 mentions is Speed Champions Too Fast Too Furious Nissan Skyline GTR. Super awesome set, but will have a 3-year shelf life, very long for Speed Champions. Before I go any further, remember during 2024 I watched 540 total videos across 24 channels, almost 6,000 total Lego set mentions, and 631 of them were on sets that are retiring at the end of 2025. I collect this data by watching all the other Lego investing and reselling YouTube videos and recording every time the presenter mentions a set and then giving it an enthusiasm score out of 0, 1, 2, or 3. Check out 2 videos ago for more details on all of that, and also a couple of cheat sheet items on my table. The R in parentheses in front of the set number and name mean that it is retiring at the end of this year, and then if there is a retailer in parentheses after the name, then it means that it is exclusive to that retailer in the United States. So Ghost and Phantom 2, Amazon exclusive. The Nissan Skyline, not exclusive, but then the invisible hand that we'll look at in a minute is a Target exclusive. So back to this awesome Speed Champions. I think it's still going to do pretty well, maybe a little longer of a hold time. Dom's Charger that retired at the end of 23, retailed for 20. I picked up, I think, around 10 at $14. Brickset says it's valued at 28, and I've sold a couple recently for 30 or even 35. I'll have to look that up and do a video on some sets I've sold. Like I said, third on the table is Invisible Hand, 26 mentions, E-score of 2.6. I think this is good data. I don't think this set was ever considered to be retiring at the end of 2024. Lego's got this new Starship Collection sub-theme in Star Wars, and they're still adding to it. So the Acclimator just came out, the Home 1 just came out. Wave 1B was the Millennium Falcon, and the Tantive 4, and then the Invisible Hand, and then Wave 1A was the Walmart exclusive Executor Super Star Destroyer. I think this was Walmart exclusive, correct me if I'm wrong. And this is the one that was going to retire at the end of 2024, and then it got pushed, and that was a shame, of course, but it's an awesome set, so I can totally see why Lego wants this one to be around longer. Many Star Wars sub-themes have proven to be very good investments in the past, microfighters, helmets, and so I'm hopeful for this sub-theme. This one only $50 and a Target exclusive. I am very excited about it. On our table, it has a 2.6 out of 3.0 enthusiasm score. Fourth up, Darth Vader Helmet, 26 mentions, a lower 1.8 enthusiasm score. That's about where I am. Generally, I do like the helmets, but this one has been out since 21, $80. All the other helmets were $50, $60, and some of them more recently $70. And so with this one being more expensive and on the shelves for a very long time, I'm going to be very cautious unless there is a really, really good discount. Because remember, it is still the most popular character in all of Star Wars. So at the right price, I do think there's some potential here. Brickheads, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Darth Vader. This one was thought to retire at the end of last year, but it's hanging on. 25 mentions, E-score 2.2. I have 5. I can't imagine I'll get any more. It's a Brickheads that I generally wasn't that excited about anyways, even though I do generally like Brickheads. 76178, the Daily Bugle. What a beautiful set. 24 mentions. I think a low 1.8 enthusiasm score, $350, but a 4.5 on brick set. Almost 3,800 pieces and 28 minifigures with 18 of them exclusive. The build and the action and the minifigures in here is so dynamic. Everybody loves Spider-Man. But more importantly, you can take all the minifigures and extra stuff off. Lego provides the pieces to patch this hole up and have it be basically a standard skyscraper. Lego collectors and builders love their classic superheroes. They love their cities, and there are not many skyscrapers out there, so I think this one is going to be a little bit of a sleeper, even though it has been out since 2021, so long shelf life. And don't forget, although many of the superhero sets are cooling off as good investments, this recent Sanctum Sanctorum that is basically another modular building just retired at the end of 2024, retailed for $250, and on eBay $390 with shipping, $380, $390. So yeah, Daily Bugle I'll be watching closely this year, and I expect to talk about it a lot more. Tantive 4 Starship Collection, the second mini scale ship to talk about in this video. 23 mentions, E-score 2.2. I feel the same as Invisible Hand, even though it is not a retail exclusive. Do keep in mind that most of these mini scales are very expensive. This one is $80, so they are discount sets, but we've already seen them on sale, and we know they will many times between now and the end of this year. 75362 Ahsoka Tano's T6 Jedi Shuttle. I think it's an awesome ship, an awesome build. I love the minifigures. 18 mentions is pretty good, but a low 1.6 enthusiasm score. I agree. My issue is that Ahsoka Season 1 had a ton of hype, and I don't think lived up to it. Season 2 is coming out at the end of this year or early next year. Mandalorian fizzled off after Season 1.5. Some of the recent Disney Plus miniseries haven't been great, even though I loved Andor. And so I am a little bit worried about the sets that are tied to the Disney Plus miniseries. So I'm just going to watch this one and see, hey, maybe some info comes out late this year that Season 2 of Ahsoka is going to be pretty good, or maybe it comes out early enough that we get to view some of it and pick some of these up last minute, probably on a good discount, honestly, because $80 for 601 pieces is very expensive. Brickheads Clone Commander Cody. Yep, I like it a lot. I generally like to invest in the Star Wars Brickheads. However, keep in mind this very popular Brickhead number 200 Ahsoka Tano that retired at the end of 23 is showing a value of $15 on brick set. Still making a little bit of money, but I would have liked to have seen this one at about $23 by now. Hocus Pocus, the Sanderson Sisters Cottage, 13 mentions, E-score of 2.2. This is a really awesome set. Its ideas, $230 seems reasonable. 9 minifigures, 6 of them exclusive. They're not just regular city minifigures. They are related to a Disney movie, which is really great. Also, this is an ideas set, and it reminds me of one previous ideas set that has done really well, the old fishing store, $150 to almost $500 these days. I think potentially a little bit of a sleeper just because it's spooky and distressed and brown and gray, but I think there's some real potential here, so I'm going to watch it closely. Creator 3-in-1 Pirate Ship, 13 mentions, E-score of 1.6. I also agree with that. Not my favorite. I know pirate ships generally can do pretty well. Most people are not thrilled with the brick-built sails, and I can see that, but I don't mind that so much. I actually don't like the hull very much. I think it's a little choppy and maybe not quite big enough for me. I don't know. The proportion, some just looks a little off there. So even though there are some Creator 3-in-1s that I really do like to invest in, this one is most likely a pass. $120. Now, maybe it goes to $70 here and there for very brief moments. If it does that, I'd pick a couple up. But all's not lost for the pirate ship. It does go well with Barracuda Bay and the El Dorado Fortress. Modular Buildings Collection Boutique Hotel 10297. 11 mentions, E-score 2.1. I think the enthusiasm score should be slightly higher. All the modular buildings in the past have grown in value. One thing to keep in mind is this year we have this one and one more modular building retiring on top of the Daily Bugle. Dobby the House Elf, 11 mentions, E-score of 1.4. On the one hand, a little odd looking. On the other hand, honestly for me, pretty adorable. Not the worst face that Lego has made, so I can see the appeal in this one. I am going to watch it. There might be some potential here. Many of these mentions have just been in passing and therefore a low enthusiasm score, but every now and then I hear somebody say that this could be a sleeper and worth watching later in the year, especially when it could be on a very, very good discount. It's already at $35, so if it was for $20, there's some real potential in my opinion. The Target exclusive Viking Village, it's a beautiful set, seems like an obvious pick, $130 for 2103 pieces, 4 unique Viking minifigures, 10 mentions, E-score a 2.7. It checks off all the right boxes. My only fear is that this one may be way too popular in the investing community and way oversupplied. Spider-Man's mask, pretty ugly in my opinion. Large Lego pieces, chunky with prints. For me, doesn't really even look like Lego. So I personally am not very excited about $70. It seems very expensive. 487 pieces, I know price to part ratio isn't everything. I know some of these pieces are larger, but yeah, just not the right fit for me. 10 mentions, E-score 2.1, so I'm sure some folks will be investing in it. But I will point out that Star-Lord's helmet was not the right fit for me either. This one was also $80. It was on sale here and there. It was a Target exclusive on eBay. 90 plus 10 more with shipping. $100, 110. Spider-Man is definitely a lot more popular than Star-Lord. And so even though I don't personally like this set, I think I will need to keep my eye on it a little bit. Super Mario Piranha Plant. I do like this set a lot. Only a 1.8 enthusiasm score with 10 mentions. I think this one is a little bit of a sleeper. 4.5 on brick set. That's a good sign. The N64 Cube wasn't my favorite, and I don't think it's doing that well. The NES also wasn't my favorite, and I think that one's done okay right out of the gate. But I do like this one, and I do like the Mighty Bowser. Luke's X-Wing mech. Same $16 price for these Star Wars mechs, and another low Star Wars mech rating on brick set. This one is a 3.8. Honestly, nobody knows yet because the first three mechs just retired. Let's see how they do for a little while. If these go below $10 at the end of the year, then I'll pick some up. Same game plan I had with the first three mechs that retired, and they did not go below 10 very much, so I did not get too many of them. But this one has 10 mentions and an enthusiasm score 1.5. Star Wars Droideka, 10 mentions, E-score of 1.1. Definitely a pass for me. I just don't think it's that appealing to look at. The build is okay. Cool robot droid baddie, but I don't know how displayable it is. Icons Medieval Town Square seems like another obvious pick, but only a 1.6 enthusiasm score. $230 for 3,300 pieces. 8 castle-related minifigures. They're all unique. I know they're not as special, but you know, something a little better than just your regular city minifigures. I think the build is beautiful. I think it would display nicely alongside of the Lion Knight's castle and some of the other one-off castle-related sets that we've got recently, including the Bricklink set. So again, I'm a little surprised by that enthusiasm score, but I imagine most of the worry is because this medieval blacksmith that retired at the end of 2023 is not doing well yet. $180, brick set is showing $166. That's probably about right after you subtract out shipping and fees. But the main reason is because this set pretty much had a year of zombie stock at multiple retailers. So the big question is, will this one be off the shelves near the end of 2025, or will it hang on too long? Modular building, the Jazz Club. Yep, here's the other one retiring at the end of this year. 8 mentions, E-score 1.9. Another beautiful modular build. I have the same comments as the Boutique Hotel. Speed Champions, Ford Mustang Dark Horse. I personally like this one a lot. I think the build is really good. I like the color a lot. I like that there are not a lot of stickers. I personally don't mind a lot of stickers on the Speed Champions because most of them are race cars or sports cars that are racing, and they all get painted and wrapped. And so stickers are fine for me in Speed Champions. I don't like them in many other themes though. So my story with Speed Champions always is I still think they're evergreen sets. I'm still having some success with Speed Champions that I bought last year and the year before, but I wait for about 50% off. With the new $25 and $27 prices, I was curious if we'd get down to the $10 to $14 range. And at the end of this last year, the retiring Speed Champions did go down to $13.99 at Target. So I'll just keep watching these and wait for those prices. The latest version of the Hogwarts Express, 8 mentions, E-score of 1.4. I think I agree with that. It seems like we've had way too many Hogwarts Expresses. However, the Icons version, the, what was it, 500? I forget, 450, 500, 550, but it was heavily discounted multiple times, is actually selling for just over retail on eBay right now, which I find amazing. The mini scale version before this one was heavily discounted and is also selling for around retail or so maybe there still is some meat on the Hogwarts Express bone. On Bucky, there's a lot of green lights here and pretty low sales rank. Now some red lights over here because when it has rarely been out of stock, it's not selling at retail on Amazon, but I'm still gonna be very cautious with this set. The Venom mech with Miles Morales, $15, 2 minifigures, 8 mentions, a low 1.3 enthusiasm score. I have the same story as always with mechs. I generally pass on them unless I find them for 50% off, which usually is offhand in Target or Walmart. And then you pick 4 or 5 of them up and you wait a year and then they sell for 25% above MSRP and you basically double your money. With 8 mentions, mentions is the Mos Espa Pod Race, but a low 1 enthusiasm score. That means every single one of these mentions was a 1. I hate to see that for the dioramas. You guys know I love the dioramas. I definitely love them for personal collection and personal build. I thought the first wave would be good investments. I got a bunch of them at 40 or 50% off, and I still don't want to sell them yet because the ROI won't be that great. So yeah, the dioramas have not done well early, but maybe they'll be a good long-term under the radar sleeper investment. But I don't want to hold on to Lego sets for 5 years. So yes, begrudgingly, I'm going to say it. I'm going to pass on this set for investing. Also, it doesn't come with any minifigures. The Trench Run diorama that didn't come with minifigures had so much great detail and greeveling that one was pretty cool. This one is only okay. 71411, the Mighty Bowser that I mentioned a few minutes ago. 7 mentions, a solid 2.3 enthusiasm score. I love it. $270 though, but a great 4.4 on Brickset. But it is a huge build. It goes awesome with the piano, by the way. But now you're looking at almost $700 in Lego to recreate that scene. But still, I think there's some real potential with this one. And at that price, I don't think there's going to be tons of stock on the secondary market. Desert Skiff and Sarlacc Pit came out in August of last year. 7 mentions, E-score of 1.3. I agree. 6 minifigures, 4 unique. That's pretty good, but it's $80 for 558 pieces and mostly just some terrain and a pretty junky vehicle. Yes, it does come with the exclusive minifigure. And yes, you kind of need this set to go with the large sail barge. I don't think that many people are going to buy that large sail barge to drive needing to buy this on the secondary market. Why wouldn't they just get this one if they're paying the, I think, $500 for the sail barge? So I agree. Probably a big time pass for me. The 4 Plus Crimson Firehawk, 7 mentions, enthusiasm score 1.1. I pass on all of the way overpriced Star Wars 4 Plus sets unless they go way over 50% off. Walt Disney Tribute Camera, 7 mentions, only a 1 enthusiasm score. This is flying under the radar in my opinion. I will be getting some of these. It's $100. Yeah, 811 pieces, but there's so much more to it than just the price to part ratio. Great minifigures, Bambi and Dumbo, Walt Disney himself. The film piece is great. I think there's a couple of Easter eggs inside if I remember. Obviously, I'm going to wait for a really good discount, but I think this one will be low supply on the secondary market. Ahsoka Tano's Dualon Peridia, Pridia, I forget which one. And I watched season 1. I should remember that by now. $55, 382 pieces, 5 unique minifigures. Yeah, it's just the standard way overpriced Star Wars Lego set, so I can see why it has an enthusiasm score 1. However, I will say I kind of like this one. I realize a lot of pieces are in this platform here, which stinks, but I do like these map pieces, and I think those are stickers, and then the minifigures are pretty good. So if this goes on sale for $30, which I think it will, I'll probably grab just a couple and then one more for my own collection. So I'm not going deep on this, even on really good discount, but for personal collection, I do kind of like this. Of course, you all are probably saying, yeah, Kevin, because it looks like a diorama, and I like the dioramas. Brickheads, Joy, Sadness, and Anxiety, 5 mentions, E-score 2.4. Yep, I agree. Many of the Brickheads do really well, and this one is only $20 because 2 of them are the smaller Brickheads. Iron Spider-Man, Brickhead, 5 mentions, E-score of 2. This one too, I think I like pretty well, but maybe we're a little overdone on Spider-Man and superhero Brickheads at this point. But then the next Brickhead is the Potted Groot, also 5 mentions, E-score 2, and this one I don't like. Maybe something will change through the next 11 months, but right now there is just so much Groot in Lego form out there, and even though this is kind of adorable, it doesn't look great. New York postcard, you guys know I'm generally not a fan of the postcards. However, this to me is the best looking just because of these 2 buildings here. Of the postcards that have not already retired, I think this one has the best chance, but I agree with the 1.8 enthusiasm score. Imperial Star Destroyer, I know this has been out for a few months, but I have done very little research into this one. I mean, only 5 mentions, 1.8 enthusiasm score. Maybe that's a little low, but it is another large gray Star Wars ship. $160 for the 1555 pieces seems pretty good, actually. 7 minifigures, 5 of them are unique. One of them is the special, 25th anniversary. I know I sound dumb right now. I really should know that. Let me look at the box. I just got so many things swimming in my head right now. Oh yeah, duh, the 25 years of Lego Star Wars. I do remember the first Star Wars sets did come out in 2020. So I obviously should be able to do that math. 4.5 on brick set. That's really good. If we look at previous Imperial Star Destroyers, some of them are doing decent. Here's the one from 2015, 130 to a cool 360. Here's the midi scale from 40 to over 100. And then we got some older ones in here that are obviously doing really well. So yeah, I'm definitely watching this one throughout the year. Lion Knight's Castle that I just mentioned not too long ago, E-score of 1.6. Honestly, I have no idea. It's a $400 set. Maybe if it goes on a discount, I'll pick one up on a whim, but I just don't know. There are not good comparables out there yet. This City Construction Excavator set 60420, 5 mentions, E-score of 1.6. I think that E-score is low. I hope this one flies under the radar and remains a sleeper. $55 is not bad for this set, especially because the vast majority of City sets eventually see a 20% discount. Let's look at previous City excavators and see if there's any potential that we think could be there. So this digger, I realize it's an old set, but $20 to 70. This construction site from 2009, 100 to over 250. This excavator and truck from 2015, 50 to 85. The sweeper and excavator from 2017, 30 to 62. Yeah, I'm excited about this set. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs Cottage. Yeah, there are huge Disney fans out there. Obviously, this movie has been around forever and popular forever. I think the build is really ugly. The roof looks like cheese that is sitting out in the sun and grossly melting on there, and that doesn't do it for me. Architecture Skyline series, New York City. This is a buy for me. I don't care that it's been out since 2016. This thing has sold so well for Lego. Excellent builds for each of the iconic buildings, especially the New World Trade Center. 4 mentions, E-score at 2.3. I agree. And I think because it's been out for so long, many people feel like it's already retired years ago, that there won't be tons and tons of supply on the secondary market. I think it will fly under the radar a little bit. But New York City is iconic and popular forever, in my opinion. Christmas tree, also 4 mentions with an E-score at 2.3. It's ugly. Pass for me. And then next with the same metrics is this Simba the Lion King Cub. So this is the small Simba out there. There's a much larger and more detailed and expensive one. This is only $20. I agree with the 2.3 enthusiasm score. Lion King is one of the most popular Disney movies. It's generational, can be popular for decades to come. This is a pretty adorable build. For once, the face looks great. The body's only so-so, but I love that adorable face. I could easily see picking this up for $14 and selling it for $30 or $35 a couple years later. The Fortnite Supply Llama, 4 mentions, E-score of 2. I don't know anything about Fortnite, but my kids do play it a little bit, and I asked them about each of the sets, and they gave me that not so much on the llama here, so I guess this one is a pass. Mobile construction crane, feel the same way about this as the excavator, and this one is $110. So the higher price point might mean even less supply on the secondary market, or it means that there's just not as much room to grow, but I do like this build a lot also. Hogwarts Icons Collector's Edition reminds me of the Disney Villains set, however I like this one a lot more because all of the elements in here played a role in the story, whereas the Disney Villains Icons, whatever that was called, it had like a book and a VHS, and most of that was just objects to consume the Disney movie media, whereas again, these are all objects in the movies and books. So a low 1.5 enthusiasm score. I am going to watch it throughout the year. Batman Mech Armor, 1.3 enthusiasm score. Same story as always on the mechs. If I happen to see them 50% off, then I'll grab them. The latest iteration of a displayable Batmobile, and this one came out to very negative fanfare. Everybody's saying the color's off, the front doesn't look too good, the minifigures are disappointing. So a low 1.3 enthusiasm score, probably a pass for me too. Creator 3-in-1 Space Roller Coaster, 4 mentions, but an abysmal 1.0 enthusiasm score. I think the $110 price tag is actually pretty reasonable, so I could be interested because this Pirate Roller Coaster that retired at the end of 2019, $90 to $117. So a little bit of growth there. If this one goes on sale, then maybe some potential, especially because this is space themed and many space themed sets do pretty well. But also because now with this space roller coaster and then the newest small roller coaster, there are 3 in this size of roller coaster set. I could see buying all 3 and starting to connect them up and having different themed sections within your larger roller coaster ride. Dinosaur Fossils T-Rex. It's actually a good looking build. 4.3 on brick set is good. $40 isn't bad. And as I projected, this is part of a series. When this was first released and the title was Dinosaur Fossils: T-Rex skull, I thought, well, heck, we could have others. And sure enough, this Triceratops skull was just recently released. I honestly honestly don't think it looks as good as the first one, but it's still pretty cool. And so who knows, a little bit of a wild card here, but I'm going to keep an eye on it, and maybe there's a good discount and I want to grab it, or maybe the demand data gets stronger throughout the year. But one thing to keep in mind is there's an educational component to these sets, so they could follow a little similarly to past NASA sets, and because of their historical and educational component, they have done very well. Brickheads Iron Man MK5, honestly, not my favorite. A little plain for me. Fortnite Peelybone, according to my kids, this one is cool, and they said I should grab some of these. They said $100 for over 1,400 pieces. Seemed like a pretty good deal, and so I will watch this one. The new Imperial dropship, and also has the Scout Speeder in it. It's an okay build, but they're a lot of fun, mostly just to feed all of us fans, you know, make us smile, give us some things that we want. So who really knows on the secondary market, but 7 minifigures, and 3 of them are unique, and one of them being the 25-year anniversary. Infinity Gauntlet, also with 3 mentions and an enthusiasm score of 2. Not my favorite, but I do like all the gold. Please note the Nano Gauntlet is doing better than expected right after retiring, but that one was an Amazon exclusive. This one is not exclusive, so I'm probably going to be passing. I just don't want to risk it. Another one with the same metrics, Tri-Wizard Tournament, The Arrival. For about a year now, I've been saying that I generally avoid the Harry Potter sets. However, we might be crossing that inflection point again. It seems like the popularity is starting to pop back up a little bit. The deeper discounts seem to be more readily available. And so Harry Potter in general, I'm going to be watching throughout the year. And then if I see some for 40 or 50% off, then yeah, I'd probably grab them. I even grabbed a couple for over 60% off this year. And one of those I just sold yesterday for about a 90% ROI. Minecraft, the crafting table, another one that I'm really unsure about. I know long ago Minecraft sets did really well. We do have the Minecraft movie coming out this year. So some of the sets that retired at the end of last year with iconic builds, I did grab, and I'm watching closely. Most Minecraft sets I'm going to be passing on, but clearly this one is different because it's not minifigure scale, it's display. It's going to be aimed at a little older crowd. $90 isn't crazy expensive, but it's a micro scale build. I don't think we have much like it to compare to, so it would definitely be a gamble, but I do like the fact that it's a 4.6 on brick set. I don't like the fact that only 1,000 members own it. For those that got it, they like it, but doesn't seem like there is a lot of demand yet, so I'm going to tread carefully. The crafting table had 3 mentions with enthusiasm score of 1.7. It looks like the next bunch have those same metrics. John Deere Forage Harvester. I like all the John Deere sets, just like the 2 that retired at the end of last year. Harry Potter, Ollivander's, and Madame Malkin's robes. Connects up with the Weasley Wizard Wheezes. And this one, $90, and it's showing 105 on brick set. It's actually doing a little better than that on eBay. This one was on sale for, I think, like 65 a couple of times. But be careful, don't automatically assume this one will follow suit, because remember, Weasley Wizard Wheezes was a Target exclusive, and this one is available at all retailers. Mercedes Speed Champion 2-pack, $45, so I'd be looking for around $30 to pick it up. The first of a few Animal Crossing sets in this video. I don't know anything about Animal Crossing. We're hitting some themes that I don't know much about in this video. I do know the minifigures are kind of cool. I will probably be passing on all these just because I don't know, and you just can't dive into every single theme. Speed Champions McLaren F1. This is the one that came out early in 24, and then at the beginning of 25, we got 12 more of these. I still think there's potential with all of them, but just got to be on that 50% off discount. The large, expensive Diagon Alley, $450. Beautiful buildings, beautiful set, 4.5 on brick set, but it's been out since 2020, and all of the builds are open in the back. So for those last 2 points, I will be passing on it. Diagon Alley had an enthusiasm score of 1.3, and now a few sets with an enthusiasm score of 1. The Daffodils, I actually sold some of these $10 to $15 botanical sets not too long ago and made about a 50% ROI. City Fire Rescue Plane, generally a no, but this is a really good fire rescue airplane. I want one for my own collection. It just looks fun to build. So not that I'm going to track this one closely, but if I saw it in a store on a good discount, I could see picking it up. Star Wars Creative Play Droid Builder, Target exclusive. Now I'm questioning myself. I think it is a Target exclusive, but if I'm wrong on that, please let me know in the comments. $100, not a good set. I think there's a certain group of fans that will love this, mostly kids, but I think the audience is very narrow. The only thing of interest in here is the young Leia. I'm not going to dive into a $100 set for one minifigure. War Machine Mech, so another $15 mech. Baby Dinosaur Rescue Center, adorable little set. Some dinosaur molds do really well, and these ones are baby dinosaur molds. There could be a little something there. Second Animal Crossing set, this is Dodo Airlines. Doesn't seem like very much there for $38. $8. And now the next bunch of sets have 2 mentions. This first one has an enthusiasm score of 3. The Speed Champions Audi S1 e-tron Quattro. Yeah, that's cool. I like this one a lot. The second architecture Skyline retired at the end of this year, 2 mentions, e-score of 2.5 is Paris. And I like this one a lot too, but I do like New York better just because it has more taller buildings, and I think that makes it more striking when sitting on your shelves. But I do want to pick some of these up because, like New York, Paris will be popular forever. It's an awesome, beautiful city. Ninjago Tournament Temple City. This is a much bigger build than I initially realized. It is $250. Also a 2.5 enthusiasm score. I will watch it, but I'll probably pass. What I don't want to do is get sucked in to hype that this set is going to perform like the Ninjago City sets. Yeah, it's similar in size, but it's a lot more spread out and less vertical. And so I don't think it goes well with those. So I don't know where else or why it would get displayed. I think this is more of just a very large play set. So I'm going to be cautious with this one. And then the next bunch have an enthusiasm score of 2. Ender Dragon and Endship from Minecraft. I don't think we've had an Ender Dragon in a while, so maybe there's a little something there, but I'm likely to pass on this one. The London Bus is a pass for me, only $10. Friends Heart Lake City Community Center. I've seen this built in the Lego store. It's an awesome, beautiful set, but most likely a pass. The more expensive Friends don't do as well. There just isn't as much runway because consumers are not used to paying $200, $300 for Friends. Technic Mercedes F1 is a pass for me. The Mobile Police Dog Training I'm passing on. Jay's Mech Battle Pack, $10 set with 1, 2, 3, 4 minifigures. I think there's something to watch here. Another Speed Champions 2-pack, this time the BMW, same thing, around $30. I'll be picking some up. The Lamborghini Vision Gran Turismo. I know it's basically a concept car, which is pushing some people away. I like it because I think the build and the color is awesome. Very unique for Speed Champions. So at that $14 price, I'm in. Third Animal Crossing set, Bunny's Outdoor Activities. I think this is the smallest one in the series at $20. The last set with an e-score of 2 is the Durr Burger from Fortnite. I showed my kids, they laughed hysterically, they want it. I asked them if they thought it would be popular, and they said they had no idea, but they want it. So $15 isn't bad, probably a pass. Oh, I did mean to say on the Fortnite sets, my kids did say the Battle Bus is the best, and I said, I know, it's retiring at the end of this year, and then I think right at the beginning of this year, it got pushed to next year. A few sets with an e-score of 1.5, Minecraft, the Fox Lodge, I'm passing. The Ideas Orient Express Train, as we got close to release date, so much fanfare when we saw initial images, so little fanfare, a lot of frustration. I still think it looks pretty decent, but remember, it is not motorized. You would think at $300 it would be motorized, so I don't know, I'm just going to keep an eye on it. Way too early to tell. Bark Speeder Escape, no love so far because of the $30 price point. Mandalorian's Paz Vizsla and Moff Gideon Battle, also no love because of the $40 price point. However, cool scene and 2 awesome characters. I love Moff Gideon, I love Breaking Bad. Animal Crossing's Captain's Island Boat Tour. Minecraft The Armory, 2 planes, so a pass. Ideas The Insect Collection. Now we're into the sets that have 2 mentions but an enthusiasm score of 1 on the table, and I can't believe the Insect Collection only has an e-score of 1. I realize it's not for everybody, but these builds are really good. They're actually a little too large for me. My gut is that it's a pass, but my second gut is that so many people are getting passing on this set that it could be sneaky good, and most ideas do pretty well because they are so unique. There isn't anything else like this, and there probably won't be for a long time. Creator 3-in-1 Modern House. My son built it. Awesome build. He loved it, but too plain for an investment set. Brickheads Wednesday and Enid. I don't know much of anything about this set. UCS X-Wing Starfighter. Yeah, probably a pass because we've already had UCS X-Wings. The early ones obviously have done really well. X-Men X-Jet. Awesome set. Awesome build. Awesome minifigures. But $85 for under 400 pieces. So major issues here. If it's a huge discount, then I think there's a good shot. And do keep in mind Wolverine's adamantium claws that were not very popular when they came out. Retailed for $70. On eBay, 110. About 110 again. So Wolverine is showing some life. Shadow the Hedgehog. I think it's a pass just because it's so weird looking. It's not like the helmet series. It's more of a head series on a stick. But maybe because it's so unique, there will be no supply on the secondary market, I'm probably passing on it. Animal Crossing, Julian's Birthday Party. And now we're down to the sets that have one mention, and most of them have an enthusiasm score of 2 or 1, but this first one has an enthusiasm score of 3. Spider-Man Final Battle, much better than the Endgame Final Battle. That other Statue of Liberty head set that was in the green from the Lego movie or something like that, that one is doing really well. Is Apocalypse something? I forget. I should know that. I can picture it. I just can't remember the name, so tell me in the comments. So maybe a little something here with all these minifigures, but another one that I would be very cautious about. Now all these sets with an enthusiasm score of 2. Motorized Lighthouse. Everybody's turned off because of the $300 price point, but this is and probably will be the best Lego lighthouse for years and years. 4.6 on brick set. This could be a sleeper. London Postcard, not my favorite. Small Technic Bulldozer is a pass. Technic Formula E is a pass. City Jungle Explorer Off-Road Truck generally passes, but the animals in this sub-theme are pretty good. Space Science Lab, it was originally retired at the end of 24, so that would have been a, 9-month shelf life? If that was the case, that would have been awesome. Now we're almost 2 years, so it's going to be a pass. King Boo's Haunted Mansion from the Super Mario digital action play theme. I pretty much pass on all of the action play sets. However, this is a cool set and a cool build. I'm still not saying I'm going to pick any up, but this one is unique. And actually, same thing with this Bowser Express Train. UCS Razor Crest, I don't know. You know, a ship that is in one season and then blows up probably will never come back other than flashbacks. Is there enough popularity around it? I generally don't invest in $600 sets. This kind of art, Batman the Animated Series Gotham City, $300, lot of money. I do think it's worth the price. I think the value is there. 4.5 on brick set is a good sign. I could see some potential with this and very low supply on the secondary market. Another Hagrid's Hut. We've had so many of these. I think it's another pass for me. The Aston Martin Speed Champions 2-pack, Walmart exclusive, another $45. I'm looking for 30. Baby Bumpy Ankylosaurus. It's an adorable little set, but it's not a dinosaur mold that makes most of the Jurassic Park sets valuable on the secondary market, so definitely passing. Isabella's House Visit from Animal Crossing. Creator 3-in-1 Cozy House is a pass. And Bowser's Muscle Car, passing on that one. Please note the last two are retiring in July. That's why it's R-July. And now the rest of these sets only have an enthusiasm score of 1. I am passing on the vast majority of these, like the Vespa 125, definite pass. The Pac-Man Arcade, expensive at $270. We won't get another one like this ever. So unique. Pac-Man is very popular. I'm gonna watch it. Alpine Lodge, yep, most of the Winter Village collection sets I pass on these days. Family Tree, definite pass. Red London Telephone Box, everybody says they're passing on it, which makes me wonder if there's some potential because there will be basically no supply on the secondary market. Mighty Dinosaurs, this has been the highest selling set on Amazon for a long time. It was selling tens of thousands per month leading up to the holidays, like 40 to 70,000. I know it's been out since 2017, but if I can ever grab some for around $7 or $8, I definitely will. This is the Creator Sea Animal set and not a Creator 3-in-1 that I want to invest in. So far, I don't think the Creator 3-in-1s that are retiring at the end of this year are that great. Santa's Sleigh, awesome set, but it was supposed to retire, I think, at the end of 2022. So now it's going to be on the shelves forever, so absolutely passing. Captain America and Red Hulk, Brickheads 2-pack, I don't know. You know, Marvel isn't as popular as it used to be, so I might actually pass on this Brickheads. Construction Steamroller. Oh, and I forgot to scroll down on my table. Sorry about that. City, Space Base, and Rocket Launchpad. I do like some of the City Space sets, but not this one. Great play set, so I love that LEGO produced it, but a little simplistic and chunky for me. Ninjago Tournament Battle Arena. Yep, passing on that. Ambush on Mandalore Battle Pack. Another one that's frustrating the Star Wars community because of that $20 price point and the tie to the Mandalorian. Just not a popular set or characters right now. Hogwarts Castle Boathouse. Unique build. Buckbeak. I think there could be a little something here. Kind of like Fox and Hungarian Horntail. That's what it was. Hogwarts Castle Owlery. Comes with a bunch of owls. That's cool. Aragog in the Forbidden Forest. We've had similar sets in the past. Dinosaur Missions. Easy pass. One more Animal Crossing set. KK's Concert at the Plaza. Maleficent's Dragon Form and Aurora's Castle. I have no idea. Maybe the dragon will pull something. And then last one on the table is Rocket's Warbird versus Ronin. Super super ugly build and ship. All right, time for my top 3. In third place is Invisible Hand, Star Wars, Target exclusive, a new sub-theme with, I think, some potential, so I like it. Second place is the Construction Excavator. This might be the first time I've put a city set in my top 3, but this is a standout. And then first place is the Daily Bugle. I can't imagine this set is going to stay that high on my list for many of the months throughout 2025, but right here, right now, I like this one a lot, and I wanted to give it a shout out as a set that I think has some real potential. All right, that's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got some good info out of that. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Oh, and don't forget, my videos are for entertainment purposes only. I do not provide financial advice. You got to get that from somebody else.